Welcome, MCLA fans, to the Lone Star Alliance Division I semifinals. We've got the Baylor Bears versus the Texas Longhorns. I'm Rhett Cannon of Cannon Lax at CANON-LAX. I'm here with
Morgan Alexander.
And we are pumped for this semifinal matchup. Both teams advancing to the next round. Baylor gets a huge comeback win against Texas A&M yesterday after putting them in the zone. And then the Longhorns giving Mizzou the business. Super excited for this matchup. These teams have not played each other this season. A lot of seniors on this Baylor squad looking to make history, beating Texas. Baylor used to be Lone Star Alliance Division II. This is their second year in Division I, and they've got a squad this year. But they are up against one of the best teams in the country, and that is the Texas Longhorns. Morgan, what can you say about the Longhorns?
Yeah, I was here last year, and they just absolutely dominated. It was a tough game in the championship last year, but until then, they were pretty much untouched. And I think that that's the standard that they set from top to bottom. It's everybody's bought in that program. They treat it as a Division I program, and I think that that's what sets them apart from everybody else. These kids went to UT because it's UT, right? It's the football school. It's the whole, everything that involves UT is so enticing from kids out of high school. And then the ability to play at a program that takes it very seriously, well, that's just a bonus.
Absolutely. UT is a great school. So is Baylor. Two historic football programs and a lot of studs on these club lacrosse teams. Let's start off with the Bears. Some players that I'm impressed with constantly throughout this season will be number 8, Nate Duncan, the NCAA transfer, played at Southwestern and University of Alabama Huntsville. Expect 8 to play well today. I like Monty Hashemi, the short stick defensive midfielder. And I love Ledeski, number 25, the goalkeeper. He's had an unbelievable season. On the Texas side, some of their best players, Maury Stein, Jack Eigen, Division I level talent right there. Luke Skanga, the midfielder transfer from Utah. Kid's a baller, went to South Lake Carroll. Number 51, they call him the Turret. Expect him to let it fly. Hank Chapin, Teddy Lisa, some really good players on this team.
I think that's the major thing, and you just nailed it, right? Half of these players could play at the Division I level.
And we will take a quick break. Welcome back, everybody, to Game On Sports Network. I'm Rhett Cannon of Cannon Lax. Shoot me a DM if you've got any questions at CANON-LAX. I'm here with
Morgan Alexander.
And we have an awesome game as the Baylor Bears look to do their very best to upset the strong LSA opponent, the Texas Longhorns. And it's going to take a lot for these Bears. They're a good team, senior heavy, a lot of studs on this team. But Texas, this could be their year, and I am super excited for this matchup.
Yeah, it's an in-state rivalry, right? Anytime you play a team, Baylor, Texas, TCU, Texas, SMU, TCU, Baylor, they all have their own rivalries, and it translates over into every single sport, and I think you're going to see that here today. We saw the last game get pretty chippy. We're hoping this one might go a little bit more smooth, but I'm not so sure.
I hope so, too. Quick number change. Number 1, Luke Fournier will be wearing 37 today. That's their star LSM. Great player. Excited to see this matchup. Kean Levine versus Nick Ledeski. Refs getting everybody acquainted. Shout out to LJ. He's a seasoned veteran here in the Texas space. As the keeps bump fists, Levine, Ledeski. Let's get into it, folks.
Yeah, when you have two really high, very talented offensive teams, it's who's going to set the tone early, right? You know, when you have two teams that can score easily and have shown that yesterday, it's super important that you set the tone early on another team that, you know, could put up some goals on you pretty easily too.
Absolutely. Starting off with the face-off X for the Horns, we've got Brad Wittenberg, number 28. Daniel Lemus winning the opening draw for the Bears, and their bench is stoked. They're ready for a shot at the Horns. Winner of this game will play the winner of TCU SMU, another anticipated battle on the other field behind us. That game is also live on Game On Sports Network as we speak. But back to action. Horns, Bears, Melissa, Texas. It's Mitchell Connard, the senior, working his left hand. Giving it over to Giuseppe. Giuseppe to Mark Brugner. Brugner with his spin move.
1, 2, 3, 40!
Coach Brad getting his first play out.
Ready,
30 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Duncan.
1, 2, 3, 40!
Great communication from the Baylor bench, letting them know how much time they've got on this shot clock. Save.
And they're really being patient there in that first opening possession. I think they really want to limit the amount of time that Texas has the ball on offense, as we talked about earlier, that they are just so talented at that position. Lots of different weapons.
They really are talented. Was that a save by Levine? Did he get a piece of that?
I'm not so sure he got a save. I think it was just
Yeah,
checked.
maybe. I agree. There's Wittenberg clearing the rock for the Horns as Eigen steps over the midfield line. Starting at attack, we've got Maury Stein, Breck Thielen, and Maury Stein's looking to play right now. Skip past to Chapin. Chapin shot just high. Back to that attack line, we've got Breck Thielen out of Denver. Maury Stein, their star, and Hank Chapin.
Maury Stein really impressed me last year here at the same event. I mean, his ability to dodge, to feed, score at will. I mean, he truly is a next-level talent.
Yeah, incredibly patient, too. Very, very solid attackman. Great player. Here comes Wittenberg. And the turret lets one fly. That's Luke Skanga, first shot of the day. And he shoots a lot, and once he hits the net, it's almost game over. Skip pass.
Some shot clock negotiations going on right now. Did it hit the pipe? Did it not? Is it a reset?
Monty Hashemi stepping off. Nate Duncan on the field now. This Baylor attack line consists of Noah Miller, Nate Duncan, and Mitchell Connard. Miller, the sophomore of the bunch, with two seniors. Good attack lines, a lot of points out of these three. Cash Wiley on the defense, Jack Tennant. Chapin lets one go. Backed up by the horns. 38 seconds left on the shot clock. Full 80. Reset. Skanga. Chapin. Back to Chapin. Unforced turnover.
Yeah,
Baylor gets the ball.
Something we talked about earlier today too. Like the skip passes are great. It's there, you see it, but it's so hard to thread the needle. They are getting the ball around very well. It just could not connect on that pass. But now a turnover by Baylor.
Texas coming right out into the 10-man ride like they did yesterday.
No, it's still Baylor ball. Must have been tipped.
It was backed up. Unbelievable save. Yeah, Ledeski trying to beat the 10-man ride with a goal. It's backed up by Baylor. Quick shot because they had numbers. Saved. Texas gets possession again. Nico Triant stepping into the game. Rollins stepping into the game. And Jason O stepping into the game. Jason O had a great day yesterday, and Chapin lets one fly again. He loves that underhand release. Those burnt orange jerseys are sweet.
I agree. I was complimenting their uniforms before the game.
Both teams look good. And if you get a chance to check out these Baylor helmets, they're some of my favorite. Another unforced turnover going the Bears' way. Monty Hashemi will pick this up on the sideline, as you can see at the beautiful Melissa Lake in the background.
And we've seen some uncharacteristic turnovers by Texas early on. I think maybe they just need to get settled in on offense. The looks are there, just maybe the pass is a little over their head. Can't connect on those. Both teams have really gone into the shot clock quite a bit before they've shot the ball, which I think is, when you have two, like I said earlier, two really good offenses, you have to do that, right? You got to make them play and make the defense get worn down a little bit.
A lot at stake here. Giuseppe Randazzo passes it to Connard. Roll. Oh, never mind. That's Noah Miller. Pardon me. Lefty shot is tipped. Good check on the hands, making the shot go high. Noah Snell with the rock now. And a goal. Baylor.
Yeah, that's great ball movement again. You'll see here in the replay, they're moving the ball behind. You see Texas gets caught ball watching a little bit there in the middle. Sneaks backside, wide open in the middle. And a great finish. Great patience here, too. Catches, sees the net. Pink stings it low. Great shot. Great ball movement, though.
Great ball movement. That's Noah Miller getting it to his boy, Mitchell Connard. The attackman, 2 and 4, connecting for the first goal of the game. Baylor 1, Texas 0.
That's just a great possession. Lead into that shot clock, spin the ball, get the defense tired, get them caught ball watching, sneak back door.
Jason O with a gritty ground ball off the faceoff. Possession, Texas. Nice play, 11. Brad Wittenberg with the rock. Luke Skanga subbing in. The likely first-team all-conference midfielder, Jack Eigen. Number 41, just a baller. Jason O subs him in. Good feed. Ledeski sees it. Picked up by Beasley.
It's a great look inside. Just couldn't really get a lot of power behind that shot. Knocked off balance. Great defense. Way to be physical in the middle.
Offsides Baylor going Texas's way. Frustrating as they make an early stop and get a beautiful clear, but they're offsides. And Eigen looks to go. Shot, goal, left-handed goal. Jack Eigen wasting no time in this possession. He loved his matchup. Took it to the house and ties up the game at 1.
Goes off sides, full speed. He's just so tall and strong in stature. He dodges really hard, switches to his left hand, rips it. I mean, he's so good with both hands. I think that's what makes him a very, very talented offensive player, is that you never know. Is he going to go lefty? Is he going to go righty? A great shot. Way to take advantage.
And I love that take just because he recognized.
Yeah.
He knew, you know what? We just won possession. It was almost a freebie. I'm a beast, and I can go score this goal if I want to, and he did.
And saw how far the slide was.
Yeah,
and
no need to slow it down there. I like that take all day long. It results in a goal. Another thing about Eigen is he is an unsung hero as a D-mid. That is a true two-way midfielder, and that's why I think he is likely an All-American and definitely a first-team All-Conference LSA midfielder. As Skanga moves the ball. Tough run by Luke. Eigen back in the game. Thielen surveys. Gets it over to Stein. Stein shot wide. Backed up by Chapin. Monty Hashemi coming in on the defensive end. Nice check. Wow, that's Russell Okupski on the takeaway. Getting it to Hashemi. And we got a fast break. They decided to yellow call. Brad wants to slow it down. Coach Dickerson wants to take all of his opportunities that he's gifted in this game as Baylor looks to upset Texas. Early so far. 1-1.
That's good defense by Texas to get him to slow it down here and not push that transition.
Agreed, for sure. They had a fast break. Had to turn it slow. As Brugner says, let's slow it down, guys. Let's figure this out. Vino Gradov with the ball. Skip pass wide. Gonna have to keep it over, and they do. Who's gonna come up with it? First time GB, Will Fairhurst. He's on the move. Numbers if they want it. Cutters, they're gonna slow it down. Smart play, Breck Thielen. Griffin Schaefer in the game. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, 33.9 Shoe Company out of Dallas, Texas, and New York. Co-founded by former St. Mark's midfielder and attackman Henry Boykin. Just a baller out there at Bucknell. They've got beautiful shoes. Check them out on Instagram, 33.9. You can check out that logo underneath the Texas banner on our ticker. Big shot, Hank Chapin.
Early on, Texas has had a lot of great looks. Some haven't fallen quite yet, but you've seen how explosive they can be at times and their ability to dodge extremely hard. Just some connections haven't been there so far.
Maury Stein doing his thing. Breck Thielen just a little wide. Looks like it's going to be picked up by Schaefer. And he's a monster on ground balls, as he is a stellar face-off guy. He is, speaking of Bucknell with Henry Boykin and their company, 33.9. Oh, great feed. Griffin Schaefer is a Bucknell transfer. Griffin Schaefer out of Austin, Texas, coming back home to play MCLA ball for the Horns. He's a baller. Suffered an early season injury, but they're stoked to have him back because the kid can play. Number 4 in orange. That's Nathan Safranik running out of the box. He's the Wolf. Brugner with the rock. Over to the senior captain Giuseppe Randazzo, number 13, two-way midfielder. Noah Miller. And Brugner's got a matchup he likes. Goes to his left. Passes it back. Not the best pass, but picked up by Randazzo. Dump. Baylor struggling to maintain possession of the rock with these push passes. Not able to connect as Cash Wiley is on the move.
One of the things I love about Texas and their clear is how quick they push the ball out. They don't take a lot of time. They look up, they get it out and up. And you know, last year a lot of the goals that I would see with them would be in transition because of how fast they got the ball out.
That's what I like now.
Ledeski says no, sir. Nice save as he gets it to Monty Hashemi, the senior. Hashemi looking around, seeing how he can get the ball over safely. He gives it to Coy Hancock. number 26. And I've had the pleasure of seeing both these teams play a number of times this season. Two great outfits in the state of Texas, Lone Star Alliance, MCLA Lacrosse. And these two teams had a historic Big 12 football rivalry back in the day. Back when RG3 and Colt McCoy were going at it. I think they were the same era. Great takeaway. Beautiful defense by the Horns. Skanga checking in, Wittenberg checking in. Chapin going to work. Feed, shot. Is that a kick save?
Yeah.
Look at Ledeski work. He's balling out already.
And great effort on that end line run out. Just came up a little short there. But pure all-out effort here at this Baylor defense right now.
Yeah, the majority seniors. Ledeski's a senior. It's a deep team, and they want it bad. Great shot. Goal. Signature fist bump Selly by number 41, Jack Eigen. 2 shots, 2 goals from him, putting both hands on display. Let's talk about that shot, Morgan.
Yeah, again, just great ball movement. They know he can shoot from there, so they're kind of acting, slowing the game down. I'm just passing around, then outlet it. Just a great step down rip, and that's a righty shot. The first one was lefty, he switched to his left, and now they're going back to his right hand. That's what makes him so hard to guard, right? You don't know. Is he going to go strong righty? Is he going to go strong lefty? And that's tough to guard.
It's a high percentage shot for him. He's got that right wing, goes 3/4 sidearm, a little bit overhand there. Just a bouncer, 5-hole, hard shot, good take. Eigen's got 2. And here comes Schaefer. He scores! Griffin Schaefer, the slugger, winning the draw. Didn't take any faceoffs yesterday versus Missouri. Goes to the X and capitalizes.
Yeah, just a great face-off win. He says, you know what? He looks up, full steam ahead, sees no one's going to guard me. Okay, I'll take it myself. And that's just great. You love when you see that with the face-off. They work really hard. They got out the face-off. They win possession. And then no one's going to stop them. Okay, take it yourself.
Beautiful shot, Griffin Schaefer.
Those are my favorite goals, I think, in men's lacrosse.
I love a Fogo goal, but he is so much more than a Fogo. As he looks to do it again, they better slide. And they do. Someone is hurt. They're going to have to call a timeout here. I hope that he's okay as he grabs his leg. And we will take a quick break and hope that he is okay. You're watching Game On Sports Network. I'm Rhett Cannon of Cannon Lax with.
And I'm Morgan Alexander.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
minutes left in the first quarter. It's crazy when it's so competitive how fast the time flies by in these games. And Texas is going to start with the ball here.
Yes, they are. And the Baylor player is okay. He was able to get off the field. These boys are fighting hard on a hot day in the springtime. Melissa, here comes Skanga. Roll, jump shot, saved. I mean, that's a gross move, though. Nice take.
It's a great move.
As Monty Hashemi is trying to get it back, Hank Chapin, very smart play to run on the other side of the field. Late hit a little bit, letting the boys play. They're going to call a flag. I kind of agree with it. It's in the back. It was after the initial whistle. It's not egregious. It's not bad, but it is a penalty.
Yeah, there's that fine line, right? What makes it, egregious per se, and what's not. I just think that's a hustle play there, just trying to get the ball back on the end line. Anytime the ball gets so close to the end line, that is your job, is get them out of bounds.
Hey, red number 20, 20 red, unnecessary roughness, 1 minute, okay? Post whistle violation.
And that's a push with possession, I believe. Baylor going to go man up.
It's the first man up we've seen here today.
And on this man up unit, we've got Coy Hancock with the ball. That's Nate Duncan. We got the captain, Giuseppe Randazzo, number 13. And then we've got that first line attack unit. They'll stay in this entire game. Nate Duncan says box fake rip wide. I mean, I don't necessarily like the take, but they backed it up, and Nate Duncan definitely shoots the ball hard, so it's okay.
Yeah, you want to work into this penalty, right? Get them spinning, get the defense spinning. They just want to hang out in front so they can kind of just guard whoever's near them. If you move the ball fast enough, you'll find that wide open person.
Giuseppe, goal! And I think he got a little bit of a screen. Randazzo is pumped up. Baylor cuts the lead.
Again, just spinning the ball as fast as you possibly can. And that's what they did right there. They got the defense to shift, saw the open lane as he spins it down, back up top, sees that open lane, and just step down and rip it.
Assist, Noah Miller. Oh, it's a bouncer.
And that's just a great shot.
And I think he's screened there by Jack Tennant and Cash Wiley. Hard bouncer by Giuseppe Randazzo, the senior captain, making it count on man up. And shout out to number 17, being quick on his feet, seeing that they didn't have their personnel in and calling his own number, subbing himself into the game. I love that. Brad Wittenberg comes up with it. Initially, ball is high. Amazing pickup by Luke, but he drops it. Ball is out, coming straight to us. Almost hit Tim Pulser on the replays. He's safe, though. We need Tim. And the Bears are playing really good.
Yeah, they're just super aggressive all over the field. Even if Texas comes up with the ball, they're swarming them on the face-off in between the 30s. It's been insane to watch.
I'm impressed. These Bears are not going down without a fight, that's for sure. Oh, pass wide. Nate Duncan's going to have to fight for this one as Luke Fournier is going to give him a lot of trouble. Over and back. Got to drop it. Quick restart, Chapin. They'll slow it down unless they can find somebody. Then they do. They find Fairhurst. Throwing it wide.
That's one of those things you and I talked about earlier today is transition is such a great tool in the sport of lacrosse, but when you just work really hard defensively to push it and turn it over, it's just tough for your defense because they haven't had a chance to catch their breath.
Well, as a player, you want to score. You want to capitalize on these opportunities. You know, you and I have both played. In your head, you think, oh, this is perfect. We have numbers, we're good. And the next thing you know, you throw an errant pass and the possession's gone.
Yep. And when it's a tight game, possession is so key, right? Every single one you have can result in a win or a loss. You look at turnovers, you're like, man, if we didn't have 3 or 4 of those, we win that game.
Exactly, but when you're in the heat of the moment and you're moving, it is so much more easier said than done because your goal as a player is to put the ball in the back of the net. That's what you're trying to do. You don't necessarily always think about, okay, let's possess the ball and get our personnel in and run a play. If you have numbers, you're going to take it. So kudos to Texas for just living by their program. They are nasty at fast breaks, so why not keep it? Beautiful pass from Levine to Fairhurst. Great clear. And now they'll slow it down. get Skanga in the game, Eigen in the game. But Chapin wants one as he knows Breck Thielen will back him up.
Got around 40 seconds left. Let's see what shot they can get here to end the quarter.
They put a pole on Skanga for obvious reasons. Maury Stein with it. He's got Treem hung up. Chapin. Fair. Nope, that's Wittenberg. Wittenberg loses it. Picked up by the two-way senior midi, Giuseppe Randazzo, who scored that last goal. Russell Okupski leading the break. Here we go. Okupski smacks a Texas player in the helmet. Ball is now going the other way, and that's just the speed of the game. Eigen roll. Eigen shot. Saved. Staying with Baylor. And I think both these coaches just want their teams to slow down, but more so Baylor. I think they're just happy to be here.
Yeah, I think with 5-6 seconds left, you're just trying to get the ball in the back of the net.
Exactly.
However that looks.
For sure. That's why we see that shot from Nate Duncan. Shout out to our sponsor, 33.9 Shoes. Check them out on Instagram. We're here on Game On Sports Network. I'm Rhett Cannon.
And I'm Morgan Alexander.
And we will take a quick break.
Welcome back. We're starting the second quarter. In that little halftime there, or a little break between quarters, you could hear Kyle Hartzell saying, we're not playing our game right now. We're doing our own thing out there, and it's really costing us. And you've seen that so far. Texas has had a lot of turnovers on the offensive end. Very uncharacteristic of them. But I look to see them, I think they're going to settle in as the game progresses and they move forward. They're very, very well coached.
They are very, very well coached. Kyle Hartzell means business. And if you know the name Kyle Hartzell, he has had an unbelievable college and pro career. The pole is just a lights-out player.
Yeah, I think that's
iconic.
Such a great asset to this Texas team. He could probably be a Division I head coach somewhere
For sure.
in the NCAA, and he's doing it down here at Texas and really making a difference.
Yeah,
and not just coaching style, but culture.
And we've got a goal. Baylor on the board again, tying it up. The Bears are on fire right now. Oh, pardon me, I'm completely messed up. That's a Texas goal. Let me see the replay. Pardon me, fans. They switched sides at the quarter, of course, and I got confused.
Great spin move behind.
Roll back
Eyes
Stein.
up. Outlet pass, and another just great step down shot.
I think that's Breck Thielen.
starting your stick high on that shot and burying it low. Just such a great shot, and you've seen it work already 3 times so far this game.
My apologies to Breck and his family for botching that call. 33 is a baller out of Denver. Texas takes a 2-goal lead as Schaefer slips. And I don't know about a loose push there. I think the turf here at Melissa Lakes is making people slip.
Yeah, we definitely see quite a few, as they call turf monsters so far,
Yeah,
between last game and this game.
The Melissa Lakes sniper letting his presence be known. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a beautiful lake right behind the field.
Pond,
yeah, pond. I want a jet ski in that thing.
Yeah, right.
We got the first line middies coming in the game. Jack Eigen, Luke Skanga. Let me see who this third middie is. Jason O, number 11. Eigen, shot, goal. 3 shots, 3 goals by number 41, Jack Eigen.
Yeah.
Making him pay.
Time and room is all he needs, right? You spin the ball really fast. You see it start at the quarterback, Maury Stein. He's looking up. He's seeing the middle. Spins it back up top. Just a step down rip. Again, pinning that low corner. That's just so hard to save when you start your stick so high and then your release comes low. Hard to see that. Great shot. Lots of speed behind that.
It's a really good shot. Really good shot. And you just can't let him get his hands free. I mean, 3 shots, 3 goals. They've got to change something up to guard 41.
But he can attack from all sides of the field. He's on the right side, the left side. Every shot comes from a different area.
And it's starting to turn into a face-off academy clinic here as Texas is winning multiple draws in a row, switching it up between Wittenberg and Schaefer. Turnover there as they fight for it. Nico Triant ends up with it for a second, but it gets jarred loose. Ledeski with the ball, and Baylor in desperate need of a goal here. You can't let Texas get rolling.
What a grab on that ride.
Yeah, Maury Stein displaying his great stick skills.
And he truly is the quarterback of this offense.
He
you
is.
Watch him, he stands behind the crease, he surveys the field, see what he has, spins it up top, picks the side that has the numbers. He does a great job just facilitating this offense. It might not be him scoring or assisting every play, but he's always involved off ball too.
Yeah, and I've said it a number of times on the streams this season. I think Maury Stein is going to be an All-American. Skanga, Hezzy, shot, goal, the turret. 51 making him pay. Had him ducking, hand down, man down, high to high, off the pump fake.
Yeah, just a slight hesitation. The ball spins, looks like he's going to shoot it right away, hesitates, gets underneath, and gets his hands free for a better look. Just a great hesitation. Fakes the defender. And a great shot.
That's nasty. Everything about the first take looked like he was going to let it fly.
And it's tough as a defender, right? They've shot every shot from outside like that. So your initial reaction is, I got to duck a little bit, but you got to step up and be aggressive and not fall for those fakes.
Yeah, and Ledeski's a really good goalie. I know he wants that back. But when the turret gets going, it's hard to stop because he's spitting flames. LJ says ball goes to Texas. And the Horns have turned it on in this second quarter.
Yeah, winning face-offs. It all starts there, and they just kind of gain momentum off that.
Hank Chapin just wide off the feed from Luke.
We haven't seen Baylor have the ball so far this quarter. No offensive possessions, and like we said, whoever has the ball majority of the game is going to win the ball game.
Maury Stein going to work. He's a tough cover. Beasley's giving him business, though. The double comes. Good defense by Beasley, number 1. Hard shot wide. Beasley had an unreal goal yesterday versus A&M. Took it coast to coast, put the truck stick on, and scored with his pole.
I think you'll start to see that the immediate slide on number 8 in orange, and rightfully so. I mean, when he has the ball, he's a playmaker. You got to do everything you can to limit him in this game.
Rollins getting the ball back for his squad. Great ride. Rollins shot wide, backed up by Texas. Baylor has just been struggling to clear the rock. Had a great start to the game.
It's that high pressure ride we talked about. You know, that's something that's really impressed me all day today is the effort on the ride. A lot of times you see a lot of players just kind of coast on that. They want to score goals, but I have not seen that so far today at all.
Errant pass goes out of bounds. Picked up by the Bears. As Giuseppe Randazzo has been playing both sides of the ball. He's tired, needs a blow. They need a clear here. But this ride is relentless from the horns. Ledeski under pressure. Passes it to Beasley. Beasley's going to show off the wheels. He's athletic. Needs help. Somebody get him out. Nice roll. Good handles. Somebody needs to help him, though. Safranic's on his tail. Great. Brugner helps him out. Great clear by Beasley. Brugner passes it back. There's Connard soaking some Jack Tennant checks. The freshman from New York. Played at Chaminade. Noah Miller almost got inside. Safranic pushed him out. Slide by Greenberg. Skip. Picked off. What a handle.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. The skip passes are great, but if they're not the right timing and the right play, they're going to pick it off every time you see it. This is great awareness on Texas' defense.
And that's a beautiful play by number 20, Jackson Bishop. Picking off the skip lane, clearing it, and it results in a Texas goal.
Yeah, they found that Baylor defense not in, not settled, didn't know who their matchup was, and they took full advantage of that. Every time you're in transition, it's so hard to figure out where's my matchup, who am I guarding, where's the slide going to come from. Do a great job spinning it, finding that backside. 51 in orange, wide open, just a great catch. Patience, sees the defender coming, takes a couple more steps, gets his hands free, and releases it. Great timing, great patience on that shot also.
Luke Skanga displaying the left hand. Nice jump shot. He's got 2 on the day. The sophomore midi. Schaefer, here he comes. Schaefer, shot, save, or just wide. I like that take. He knew he had backup.
Yeah, I'm shocked Baylor, after the first one, is not sending that early slide on him because he will take it straight to the net and shoot that ball.
And yeah, I mean, he was taking first, second line midi reps yesterday and first, second line midi reps before they put him back at the faceoff X. So they trust him on this offensive end. He is not your average Fogo. I don't even like to use that word. Chapin and Stein just having some trouble there. 2 in a row, but they'll connect.
Sometimes as an offensive player, you get so, you know where the ball, you want to pass it, you get so excited, and then you pass it over their head. It's a common mistake, believe it or not, especially when you know how the offensive play is supposed to roll.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're playing a sport. It's basically like holding a deep tennis racket and a hard rubber ball. It's a lot different than catching and throwing a football, that's for sure. As Baylor has numbers, he's going to fall. Can't handle it initially. Would have had a great opportunity on the doorstep, but it's going to end up with Baylor. That's Snell on the hustle play. Almost had a great shot, but his team will end up with it.
But to credit Texas's defense, that's how you stop a transition, right? You double team immediately whoever has the ball. That's just a great defensive set there.
And we will take a quick timeout here on Game On Sports Network. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, 33.9 Shoes. Check them out on Instagram.
Welcome back after the media timeout. We got Baylor on offense here, something we haven't seen much of today.
Yeah, they started off really strong, but it's been Texas ever since as they look to get back into this. That'll be a moving screen, just a backbreaker.
It's also tough when Texas is so good at the face-off because every time they score a goal, it goes back to the face-off, and they've been winning that battle so far today.
Texas will clear the ball. That's Luke, rocking number 37. New look Luke, 37 in orange. And a quick update from our other semifinal game. We've got SMU beating TCU 5-3. Winner of this game will play the winner of SMU-TCU tomorrow in the finals. Winner gets an automatic bid. Face dodge. Fake. Oh my gosh, Luke Skanga. Hat trick for the kid. I mean, that's a dirty face dodge. And then a couple of pumps. Had Ledeski guessing. Nice play. Let's get the look again. The wind-up gets him.
And then no slide. It almost felt like Baylor defense thought that he was just going to rip it from outside. No one comes into slide. He just has his way with that Baylor defense. But what a great move again. The hesitation, gets underneath, protects his stick, and then adds in a couple fakes. A little flashy there. Love to see it.
The first half hat trick for Luke Skanga as he is balling out right now. It's a mean face dodge. And I love the way he protects his stick in front of his face. Textbook. A much needed possession for Baylor. Connard gets the ball. Baylor hoping they can capitalize. Noah Miller with the rock now. Great check. Miller picks it back up. Giuseppe's going to get the ball now. Mark Brugner in the game. He likes this matchup. He'll dodge any shorty when he gets the chance. There's his favorite move. Great defense by Texas's number 40. That's Weber Emery. Short stick defensive midfielder. Shutting it down.
Yeah, this is the first time we've really seen Baylor this whole quarter get the ball around and have some ISO dodges from up top to try to get free for a shot. It's tough on that last play that they had a possession on the moving pick there.
Here comes Mitchell. Brugner, roll, switch hands, wide, backed up by Coy Hancock. Flag down. Free play coming up for Baylor out of this inbounds. Well, actually, they're going to go straight to man up because the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, and you see that a lot. It's not the straight-up defense that they have a problem with. It's the push after, right? You knock him off, and he makes not a great shot, and then you pin him to the ground. They're going to call that every single time. But that's great defense. Just the push after is what's going to get you.
Yeah, it is great defense. Baylor in a much-need situation. See what they can do. As Levine not afraid to play out. Kean Levine, the sophomore goalie out of Connecticut for Texas, has had a great season between the pipes. Number 12 is a baller. Brugner has got him tied up.
And they are man up here. Looking to see a little bit more ball movement. It's making it pretty easy for Texas to guard when you don't spin it fast enough.
And Giuseppe working the crease. That's far. Deep shot, Nate Duncan.
It's a tough shot, as we just talked about. You do have an extra man on the field. You've got to spin it faster and find a better look, a little bit maybe closer to the net.
Picked off. Nice play. That's number 49, Matt Hani. And he's on the move. As he draws a penalty is Matt Hani, number 49. Beautiful play.
And that's just all-out effort. Picks it off, does it himself, gets it over himself, and takes quite a few hits in the process.
Great play by number 49.
Now Texas is going to go man up here for a little bit.
And in for this man up unit, we've got Rollins. We've got Skanga.
White 8, 1 minute, slash. 8 white, 1 minute, slash. Decent 5:29.
Nate Duncan will join us here on the side. Number 8 is a baller. If he's moving back to Dallas, we need him on the men's league team. Repping 214 on the side of his lid. Texas
Another skip pass.
tries to push it through the lane as Ethan Treem is on the move. Man down goal maybe? What do you think? Probably just kill it.
The smart lacrosse play is to kill the penalty, but you never know.
Monty Hashemi will do just that.
Again, we've seen a couple skip passes just not come through. I think, we really haven't seen a great man up from either side so far. A lot of the goals have come not often. There have been quite a few penalties. It'd be nice to see us get some, good ball movement here and see them, pick apart these defenses when you are man up and take advantage of that. But looks like Baylor's going to kill this penalty here and get even.
And the clock here at Melissa Lakes has been a problem all weekend, as we will take a quick timeout. Not a quick timeout, but they'll just reset the shot clock and the game clock. A good opportunity for me to talk a little bit about our sponsor, 33.9 Shoes. I'm rocking them on my feet right now. Great pair of shoes, very comfortable. If you're a college athlete, you get 33% off. 30% off, pardon me, I got the name wrong. 30% off for college athletes on 33.9 shoes. I think we can still get you it, Morgan. I think the tape don't lie. We can get you it. Yeah, 30% off for 33.9 if you're a college athlete. Great pair of shoes. Official sponsor for the game. Their logo is right below the Texas sign. And Baylor, unforced turnover as Levine picks it up, and they are clearing it as Nico Tryant runs onto the field. He will get the ball and likely leg it himself, if not pass it to Skanga. Skanga's guarded by Nate Duncan. Up and out to Eigen. Eigen can't seem to handle it from the pressure with Russell Okupski.
It's a tough pass there.
Tough pass going back Baylor's way. Texas still up 6 in this first half. Really been capitalizing on their opportunities where Baylor has not been able to do the same.
Yeah, it's something that you and I talked about all weekend, right, is like, when you are down 2-8, there's almost a sense of urgency. But, you're not getting crushed right now. Take care of the ball, get some good goals, and then reset at the face-off, get the ball back, and kind of pick away at it instead of try to do it all at once. Because they do have the ability to score. We saw that right out of the chute.
Giuseppe Randazzo. He passes it over to Brugner. Brugner's on the move. Early hedge. Redodge. Good defense by Greenberg, number 13, the senior. Making the shot go wide. Connard with the rock.
I love this high-pressure defense, too. They want to double team up top anytime someone's trying to dodge hard. And it's really rattled Baylor so far this game.
Well, they trust their athleticism. And if Baylor can get it, they'll get a free play. Tennant comes up with a nice GB. Hit will result in a man-up opportunity for the Bears. They couldn't capitalize on the last one. Let's see what they do differently this one.
Red, 2, hold, tactical 30 seconds. 2 red, hold, tactical 30.
Yeah, this is almost a must-need goal here for Baylor. It's been a while since they've scored one. I'm not even sure this entire quarter. And another pickoff in the middle. They're just seeing it all the way, right? When you look middle, your eyes look middle, that is a defender. That's their dream. They see that, they're like, I'm going full speed for this ball and carrying it over, and that's what they've done so far. Picked off many balls, especially in the man-up.
And Luke Fournier, typically wearing number 1, now wearing 37 today, can pick that pass off all day long. He's got his head on a swivel. He plays sound defense, and he's got elite stick skills that were featured in a play by the Lacrosse Network recently on Instagram. Kid's a baller, and he's continuing to show why. he's likely going to be first team all-conference LSM in the LSA.
Yeah, and it's great lacrosse IQ. He knows when they're seeing that middle, because if you jump it too soon and it gets by you, it's an easy goal, right? So he's done a good job timing it, seeing it, and exploding out of it.
Maurice Stein, skip pass, hard shot, goal! Luke Skanga, his 4th of the day. The turret is on fire.
It's kind of the same play that they keep running over and over again, but it's working, and it's different people, and this time from the middle. The ball's down low, the quarterback of the offense, seeing middle, what does he have? Spins it up top, great step down, hard shot low, and you're seeing that go all day today.
And Skanga is a volume shooter. He didn't necessarily have one of his best games last night versus Mizzou. He still had a goal and played great, but missed the first 2 shots of the game and then scores on his next 4 shots. It's like once he hits the net, it just opens up the floodgates for 51. He is an elite shooter.
Well, a lot of shooters are like that, right? I always say shots will fall. Keep shooting, especially when you're super talented at the offensive position. You just got to keep shooting. It'll fall, and once it does, it's game over.
Yep, game over. And what does Wayne Gretzky say? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Luke Skang is going to keep shooting it. 4 goals today for the sophomore. Brad Wittenberg with the rock. He wants his matchup. Asks Schaefer to set the pick for him. Moves it to Chapin. Chapin to Brad. Schaefer's going to get the matchup now. I think he's going to dodge. He's going down the right alley. Pass is low. Stein will still fight for it. Picked up Morey. Jarred loose. Baylor ends up with it. Ledeski looks to clear.
We're under 2 minutes left in the half. Looking to see what Baylor can do here. They really need a goal. It's been a while since we've seen one out of them.
Shout out to everybody here on Game On Sports Network for making this thing happen. I got David here taking flicks. He's the man. We got Tim Polster running replays. Shout out to Fred for putting it all together on the cam. We'll take a quick break. I'm Rhett Cannon.
And I'm Morgan Alexander.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Game On Sports. Welcome back, everybody, to Game On Sports Network, where we've got an LSA semifinal matchup between the Longhorns of Texas and the Bears of Baylor.
We got about 1:30 left, looking to see if Baylor can capitalize on this possession before we go into halftime.
And they cannot, as they'll get an over and back. Chapin, easiest GB of his career, as he looks to slow it down. Eigen into the game now. Wittenberg into the game now. Rollins into the game. They'll slow it down, hoping to take this last shot. Texas playing great defense today. Eigen with the rock to Chapin. Nice shot,
save.
Better save. Ledeski seeing it all the way. And a nice clear. Randazzo just can't handle it. Hit Duncan. And Chapin is so smart the way, as an attackman, he goes over to the other side of the field. I love that. That was not in my bag back in the day. Once I got beat on the right, I just stopped at the midline.
You know, and that's what I was talking about earlier. Most players are like that, and you have not seen that so far this weekend. A lot of these guys ride all the way, and that's just pure all-out effort.
Very impressive. Timeout. We'll take a quick break here on Game On Sports Network.
Back. 30 seconds left until we go into halftime. Looking to see if Texas can get it done on the O end and go up 10-2 into halftime. What do we think?
What started as a very close game between the lines ended up with an onslaught of Texas goals. Texas showing why they're likely the front runner for this tournament. They can keep the gas on the pedal. They will very likely play the winner of TCU SMU tomorrow. And it is 5-4 on the other side. SMU winning, but Breck Thielen says, I'm scoring goals on this field, focus on me, putting them up by 8. Great handle by Breck Thielen and a finish. Let's check it out. Morgan, what do you see?
Again, facilitating from behind, drawing that defender. They're so worried, do I need a slide, do I not? You miss the inside, just a great fake finish, pin it around the goalie with 14 seconds to spare going into halftime.
And it's a beautiful off-ball cut, noticing that they're ball watching, but Maury Stein just putting the vision on display. That's why he's the quarterback of this offense.
You have to realize that, you know, every time he has the ball, they're waiting to slide. They're like, I got to go. Do I not got to go? And that's how he's such a great feeder, because he's like, you know, I'm not going to dodge. I'm going to find the person that you just left.
He's a methodical player. He's unselfish. He can shoot. He can pass. He can dodge. The bounce pass from Schaefer to O. Jason O putting on moves. And there we go to half. Shout out to 33.9, our sponsor. Check them out on Instagram. I'm Rhett Cannon.
And I'm Morgan Alexander.
Texas leading the way 10-2 here in the semifinals of the Lone Star Alliance. Thank you so much for tuning in to Game On Sports Network. Check us out on Instagram at Game On Sports Network. See you in a few. Welcome back, everybody, to Game On Sports Network, where we've got the Lone Star Alliance Division I semifinals.
Yeah, it's been so far all Texas, but, Baylor started off the game pretty hot, so let's see if they can get back at it offensively.
Wow.
Just like that. As I speak, Texas tic-tac-toe, great face-off win to start the second half, and just great passing. You hear on the sideline they talk a lot about, oh, you're so unselfish, and they really mean it. I mean, the passing here is insane. Great face-off win, carries it down the field, draws a slide, low, one more, steps in, great shot, and that's just a textbook transition play.
In my opinion, that is the best play in lacrosse. Off the face-off win, hit the point man, hit bottom right, cross crease, bottom left finish. The whole offense is touching it. All your attackmen get a touch, and it is pretty. Tic-tac-toe is right as Jason O picks up the GB, the two-way midfielder out of Austin, Texas, Bowie High School, takes a shot, saved. MCLA Index almost had his first goal of the day. He had two great goals last night versus Missouri.
Now we're going to look at Baylor on offense for the first time this half. They really need something here to get them going.
Brugner, Okupski comes out and subs in Snell. Both teams wearing the custom Maverick Shift gloves. Those things are sweet.
Yeah, and you can see Baylor kind of getting into that shot clock a little bit. And like I said earlier, they don't want Texas to have the ball. They're so great offensively. They know they need to limit the amount of time of possession that they have and really get into that shot clock a little bit. But another great save. That's a great dodge, though. Comes hard around the crease, gets his hands free. But the goalie read it the whole way. Great save.
Yeah, Kean Levine having no trouble with that take as Nathan Safranik, as he does, draws another penalty. That's about the fourth time I've seen Nathan Safranik draw a penalty on his clears. The D Mitty doing everything he can to make his boys go man up. And Nathan Safranik will trot off, happy with his call. Monty Hashemi versus Jack Eigen. Switch. Pass to Stein. Rollins is open. Rollins, shot saved. Ledeski. Nico Tryant ends up with it. Breck Thielen. This is a free play, everybody. Great shot, great goal. Chapin finishes it on the crease. And it starts with the ground ball by Tryant.
Yeah, and it started with that ground ball, right? It's an all-out hustle play. You miss the shot, but you get the ball right back. Now the defense is trying to get in as fast as they can. They have numbers, skips it low, wide open on the crease. Nice lefty finish. But again, started with that ground ball. Without that ground ball, you would have never had that transition play.
Exactly. Shout out to number 27, Nico Tryant, making it happen for his boys. Great GB.
Now we're going to look at Texas on offense. So far, it's been all Texas this half. They started out a little slow, but have had a lot of success with a lot of different players so far this game.
And that's a beautiful save by Ledeski. Kick save, off stick high, gets his foot on it. That was impressive. Breck Thielen couldn't have shot it better. Just a great save, Ledeski. We'll get a replay. Little kick with the foot.
But again, another hustle play for Texas to get the ball back and get them back on offense. And that's really where you're seeing it here today is their ability to fight on these ground balls, win faceoffs, and do all of that because Baylor's had some great stops against this UT offense.
I mean, almost an identical kick save again by Ledeski. Now Ledeski's throwing face dodges, but Jack Eigen snipes it out of the air, one hand. Maurice Stein picks up the garbage. Right place, right time for Stein. Beautiful pass by Eigen. No way Stein was missing that one. Easiest goal of the tournament for Maury.
Yeah, just a failed clear. Eigen does a great job on the ride, snatching those passes out of the middle. Again, goalie not ready, easy goal. That's the easiest one you'll probably see all day. But again, it comes down to the failed clearing for Baylor here. We haven't not seen a lot of clears that have connected. And Texas, again, great on the ride and their ability to put pressure on them to cause those turnovers.
I mean, that was an insane one-handed catch.
That's the second one of the day.
As Schaefer wins it out the back door to Jason O. The onslaught continues. Nico Triant will sub into the game. Matt Hani coming out. Eigen back in here in a second. He steps on. Not yet. They don't have numbers. Caleb Ebby with a shot just wide. We've got Jason O. Schaefer stayed on. Griffin Schaefer with the rock. O cutting. Two men in the crease. They stacked. Jason O pulling it out.
Great handle.
That's a nice handle. Reminds me of Trey Deer on Syracuse Man Up.
Yes.
Oh, Schaefer just can't handle it. Ebby picks it up back to Schaefer. He's got time and room. Decides to give it to the big man. Winding up, decides not to. His boys on the bench wanted it. Schaefer gonna fight for this GB. Elite first-time ground ball skills out of number 4. Pushes it. Stein surveys over to Thielen. Thielen shot, saved. Ledeski. Ledeski, 3 saves in a row.
Yes, but still great ball movement. Everyone's getting a touch in the second half. And I think that's what's allowing them to find these open shots. But again, another failed clear by Baylor, giving Texas another opportunity on offense. Like you said, 3 saves in a row, but yet we're in the position where Texas has the ball back again.
And that's a late hit on Schaefer. He's slow to get up. Texas will go man up. And we got a quick injury break. Check out our sponsor, 33.9 Shoes. We're here on Game On Sports Network. I'm Rhett Cannon.
And I'm Morgan Alexander.
Thank you so much for joining us. Looks like Griffin Schaefer is okay, everybody. He'll come off, and Texas will go man up. No break, no timeout. Griffin Schaefer is all good, everybody.
Now we get a chance to see Texas's man-up unit, which honestly, has been hit or miss here today. They've had a lot of goals, but like we said, has not come off the man-up unit. So it should just see what they're going to do here, who they're going to try to spin the ball to, how fast, but I can guarantee it's going to go through Maurice Stein at X.
They're moving it. Here comes Eigen. One more. Chapin gets topside, skips it to X. Another skip. Eigen. Shot. Saved? Looks like it was touched.
Another save. That's 4 saves that we've seen so far here in the second half.
3 with the feet. And he's a great goalie. He's one of the best. He's the 3 best goalies in my opinion in the LSA. And actually, I'm not even going to say it. TCU's got a good goalie. SMU's got a good goalie. A&M's got a great goalie. Texas has a great goalie, and Baylor has a great goalie. Bunch of ballers. Wow! Jack Eigen smokes it. Overhand ripper.
Yeah, he missed a couple early, and he finally got his. He was shooting low the first 2 shots he had in this possession. Then he absolutely steps down and stings the corner. His ability to recognize when it's his turn to step in and find Maurice Stein on that backside, that is his 4th goal so far today. He's really, again, put on a clinic, and he does this, pretty much every game. His ability to score, like I said, right hand, left hand, any side of the field is what makes him such a great offensive player.
Very fundamental overhand shot. Had a lot of gas on it. My buddy Sean Sheik is here representing the Cougars. They've got their D3 LSA championship game tomorrow versus Oklahoma State. Shout out all the Cougars playing LSA D3.
Now you're seeing Texas slow the ball down here offensively. They know they're up 14-2. They want to eat into the shot clock a little bit, get a good look. Another great skip pass. And you talk about the skip pass and how it could be successful or not, but if anyone's going to be able to complete that pass, it is Maury Stein.
I mean, yeah, he's elite. Look at him go. Oh, that's a good shot. Had smoke to it. Just wide.
It's the first time we've seen Stein from up top a little bit and not behind the net. Just a great shooter. And like I said, his ability to change speed is what makes him so great on the O end. He goes from dodging to feeding to back to dodging. You never know what he's going to be doing. A true quarterback.
Coy Hancock, first time GB. Baylor on the move. They've got a really good opportunity. Oh! Pass is high to Noah. And I think if they would have connected, they would have probably put it away, but they cannot.
Again, it's been that clear, those transition plays for Baylor. They have not even gotten into an offensive possession where they've gotten the ball around. It's just been a turnover.
Hey, Baylor's still in this. I mean, it's a long shot, but mentally they're having fun. They're fired up. They're happy to be here.
Well, yeah,
a lot
they're
of
still
heart.
giving max effort.
Absolutely.
And on the sideline, they're all into it, and that's all you can ask for out of your kids when you're down 14-2.
Helicopter yard sale. Texas bench fired up about it. Baylor knew they had their hands full with these Longhorns.
It's going to be Texas ball here. Again, relentless on the ride, relentless all over the field, and that's what makes them so successful. And you can't help but notice that Kyle Hartzell probably is the reason why they play lacrosse with such intensity and are very physical.
And a flag is down. Pole shot, Luke, just wide. Fournier was feeling it.
I think Aiton White has had most of the penalties here for Baylor today. Very aggressive player, but hey, you're down 14-2. You got to take some chances here.
Abby fighting for the rock.
Now we get a chance to see Baylor with possession here and see what they can do. Like we said, they need a goal. We saw how they can score to start the game, and we have yet to see it since. But we know they have the ability to spin it hard and get good looks. We just yet to see it. But again, it's been full transition plays by them, no settled offense. And here's a good look in the third quarter, late in the third quarter, where we'll finally see them get the ball around. Baylor's looking to burn off the penalty here. And now we're even.
Nate Duncan back into the game, coming out of the penalty box. He'll get the ball now. Matched up with Cash Wiley. Going down the alley, he's got good shot. Saved Levine. Wow, beautiful save by Kean. Nate got a really good look. Texas having a lot of fun right now. Flag is down again. Texas is fired up. They're doing everything right. A lot of man-up opportunities today for the Horns.
I think number 8 in white is going to be coming to the penalty box again. This has to be, I think, his 4th penalty here today. Just an aggressive player, intense player. Can't knock it.
Loves the game. He'll get the delay. It's a technical 30-second man-up opportunity coming for the Horns.
You should sit down only if you want to. Beat you to it.
Ebby on the man-up unit for the Horns. That's number 44, the lefty.
Good ball movement here on the outside. Looking to see if you can find that skip pass, which they do. And
Wow.
a great shot.
Beautiful skip from Eigen to Chapin. Bouncer hits the shelf. Chapin playing really well.
Great vision, and like I said, it's the lacrosse IQ from Eigen, which makes him such a talented player. The ball is spinning here. You can see that he kind of hesitates a minute. All right, I'm going to fake like I'm going to pass to my right. I see that gap. He shoots the gap. Great shot. Kind of on GLE, but he still finds the angle, shoots it low. Great possession there.
I'll let it do who actually plays talk shit, but when you don't play like you case talk shit. Like when you don't play like why you don't.
Around 5 minutes left to go in the third. Texas up 15-2 over Baylor. We have yet to see Baylor score so far this half.
Here come the Bears. Maybe they can get one here. Pole shot. Goal! Sneaks past. Wait, what? I almost am positive I saw that hit the back of the net. That has to be a goal. Hopefully we can get a replay. Tim Polster's on it. He'll get us a direct look at this. And you tell me. I mean, come on.
From this shot, for me, that's a goal.
It's 100% a goal. Yep, it is a goal.
And just as I said it, that Baylor needed a goal here. Just a full speed. He's like, oh, no one's going to guard me. I'm going to take it myself. And that's what you need right now. You need someone to step up offensively and be like, you know what? If no one else can get it done, I'm going to be the one to get it done. And that's what he did right there. Might be the spark they needed in the second half.
Yeah, it is definitely a juice goal coming from number 20. I'm checking the roster. Unfortunately, I do not have him. I want to give him some credit. Monty Hashemi, who's number 20?
On our team?
No, 0. He had the goal? Hayes Mushaney with the goal. Pardon me. Hayes Mushaney on the pole goal. Great take. As Jack Tennant winds up, thinks about it. Jason O. Jack Eigen back in the game, looking to get his 5th. I think he's got 4 goals and 1 assist. Maybe more assists than that, though.
I think it's probably 4 and 2 now on
Yeah.
that last assist.
Oh, yeah, you're right, the skip. Maurice Stein to Rollins. Rollins thinks about it, sweeps, going to push it. Wittenberg, back to Stein. Stein's putting on moves. The hedge is there. Ethan Treem doing a good job. Long pass. Ebby's going to take it. That's a rip, though. Ledeski saw it all the way. One bounce is money. Okupski handles it. 2 fast break goals. Oh, my gosh, he's got a head of steam. Great check, Jack Eigen on the trail. One hand. Beautiful.
Yeah, Eigen not only getting it done on the O end, but like you said, his ability to be a great two-way midfielder is what makes him so special for Texas.
Absolutely. Just an athlete. Luke Masiak in the game now, number 6. When Matt Hani comes over, he'll come in, and he gets the ball now. Great handle. Masiak ready to rock. Schaefer in the game. They're calling a two-man game. He's going to bring him the shorty. Always bring a shorty to the pole in a slip. He was wide open. Rollins didn't catch him. Triant wants to try Randazzo. Now the switch back with a pole. Masiak's ready. Back over to Caleb. Oh, the big man with a shorty. Using his strength. Gets his hands free. And if you don't know Caleb, he's about 6'5".
Now you can see Texas slowing down on offense, kind of running the clock a little bit, looking to get a great shot.
Good defense there. Monty Hashemi now clearing it. Trying to leg it out, and he does. Monty Hashemi is a great athlete. A true short stick defensive midfielder. Has a knack for ground balls. Plays really good close. The senior has had an awesome season, number 7 in white. Bears with the rock. It's Coy Hancock over to Brugner. Brugner versus... He's going to get that roll. Great defense. Nathan Blue. Making him work for everything. Coy Hancock crushed. Beautiful hit. And now they're going to call it a little late. He might have extended with the stick. Maybe his hands were too far spread apart. We'll see a replay. But they're going to get Tennant, number 14, the freshman, out of New York.
You love to see the New Yorkers playing in these southern schools. Coming from New York myself, I can't say I ever had the itch to go to these schools because, you know, lacrosse isn't there. But I will tell you, I've been to some of these campuses, and they are absolutely beautiful, and the weather is amazing.
And we got a replay here. Definitely had his hands a little too far apart on the cross. But he's an aggressive player. He'll keep laying the lumber. What a save, Levine.
Great dodge. It was a great fake, but the problem is he went high to high. Goalie can read that all day long. If you're going to fake, you got to go high, low, low, high. You got to change your levels on that shot. About a minute and a half left in play for this third quarter. We'll probably look to see Texas try to run into this shot clock a little bit, wind it down, get the last shot or one of the last shots of this quarter, and head into the fourth.
Nico Triant with the rock. Griffin Schaefer with it now. Back to Triant. Luke Masiak is going to release, number 6. They're going to give him the ball. Maury Stein.
25 left on the shot clock.
With Ethan Treem. They'll get a switch. Stein, beautiful look. Oh, hits the pipe. That's an elite pass, though. Maury Stein ends up with it again. He looking. Rollins being smart, not forcing a thing. I like that play by 22. Skip to the feet of Ebby. Will end up in Treem's stick. Ethan Treem, arguably their top cover guy, number 19, had a great season.
10 seconds.
Short time. See what Treem can do with it. I don't know if he knows. Beautiful defense. And a save for Levine. Shout out to our sponsor, 33.9 Shoes. If you're a college athlete, you get 30% off. I keep messing it up. 33.9 Shoes, 30% off if you're a college athlete. Check them out on Instagram. They're our sponsor for the game. Texas is cooking here on Game On Sports Network. We'll take a break.
Texas up 15-3 over Baylor. We've seen times where Baylor can. All right, we're back for the fourth quarter. Texas up 15-3. We've seen moments where Baylor has offensive firepower, but then we've seen a lot of lapses here today, and Texas is just taking full advantage.
As we go to the face-off X, it's a 50-50 ball that ends up in the stick of the MCLA Index King himself, Jason O, the sophomore out of Bowie High School, two-way midi, number 11, playing a great tournament. He's a baller.
And again, Texas on offense.
Alley-oop is no good. Here comes Mushaney, who had the pole goal. Monty Hashemi now. Getting the ball over to Giuseppe Randazzo. Here we go, shot. Nope. That's a beautiful move, though, by Miller. And a better save by the backup keep for Texas. Who is that? Rocking Kevin Durant's number 35, Jackson Price. Beautiful save by Jackson Price. One shot, one save for Jay Price.
Yeah, but I like the offensive step there by Baylor. Texas is trying to get their D middies in, and they said, you know, we got to take full advantage of this and push that transition and get it in before their middies get in on defense. Not a bad look, just a great save for the new goalie coming out of third quarter.
Luke Masiak stepping into the game, along with the team president, number 17 out of Chicago, Xavier Collette. Xavier Collette, the midfielder, number 17, accompanied by Griffin Schaefer. Into the game on the defensive end for Texas for the first time today is Jared Schmeiser. Welcome to the show, Jared. Rollins looking. Stein being patient. Falls down, it's slippery here. Very slippery on this field at Melissa Lakes. We're going to get a good shot at the lake here in just a second as we pan over. There's the lake as Ethan Treem is balling right now. Noah Miller slows it down. Yellow call coming from the Baylor bench. Monty Hashemi with the rock, the senior. Jack Greenberg in the game for Texas, the short stick defensive midfielder out of Houston, Texas. Product of the Emory Wiener School. Shout out to the Jaguars and Coach Zach Fry. Jack Greenberg putting them to work. And that's a beautiful check by Jack Tennant as he attempts a can opener here on our sideline and an over the head. Not quite an over the head, actually.
Great defense. Again, the all-out pressure is really starting to frustrate Baylor. They just can't seem to outrun the pressure from up top to find the easy pass.
And on the clear, that's number 43, Bones, Thomas Creedon, making his presence known as he will sub off. Xavier Collette coming in on defense, stepping into the game. That's Ryan Sanford. Ryan Sanford making his debut today. Griffin Schaefer. Over to Stein.
John, stick up!
I think the question has been all day, what's the score over there? SMU TCU, that's the game everyone's asking questions about. We're trying to get a score for you guys to figure out who Texas, if they win, who they will go on to play tomorrow.
And I can find that out here. Beautiful save, Ledeski.
Another great save. You know, despite the score, Baylor's goalie has honestly had, 6, 7 saves so far this half. Really has came up clutch. It could be a lot worse of a score without him in net.
Absolutely. He's a great player. This program is going to miss him when he graduates.
Baylor's going to take a timeout here.
Shout out to our sponsor, 33.9 Shoes. Check them out on Instagram as we go to a quick break here on Game On Sports Network. I'm Rhett Cannon of Cannon Lax. That's at CANONLAX. I'm here with
Morgan Alexander.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, Baylor finally getting an offensive possession here out of the media break. An early almost turnover here, and Texas comes away with it offensively. Another great offensive possession for them here. Again, it's been a story of the day. Baylor just cannot take care of the ball, even out of a media timeout. Texas forces the turnover.
That's Aiden Peck, the first time GB for the Horns. He clears the ball. Xavier Collette will step into the game, number 17. We've got Collette, we've got Maciak, we've got Nico Triant, Rollins down there, Caleb down there. And that's JJ Van, number 56. New look offense for the Horns. Pitt coming, declined. Treem putting on the pressure. Number 19, Ethan Treem for the Bears.
Tough pass there. I mean, really not even forced error, I wouldn't say. I just think, he saw where he wanted to go, took the pass a little bit too far to his left. Baylor back on offense and see if they can get the clear. Texas has been so great on that ride.
Coy
but it
Hancock.
looks like they're going to get it over.
Pass is batted down. It's tipped though, so Baylor will keep it.
Baylor has to play with a little bit of urgency here, being down 15-3 late in the fourth. Not a lot of time to just kind of hang out. But I can also see the side of it where you really don't want Texas to get the ball back.
Coy Hancock over to Giuseppe. Forces a pass, goes out of bounds. Fairhurst is going to pick it up and start the clear for the Horns.
It just seems like this Texas defense is somewhat suffocating for this Baylor offense. They can't find a rhythm. They can't spin the ball fast. Maybe it's just the presence of their being orange everywhere they turn. But this defense has really played very well here today.
Tennant will take it himself. Jack has played a great game today, the freshman. He is solid. Xavier Collette with the rock. Luke Maciak. Nico Triant. This is going to be a fight. Beautiful goose. Xavier Collette versus Monty. Push in the back for sure. Xavier Collette will win possession.
So is this what you have had anticipated for today's matchups, both games so far today?
You know, I didn't expect Arkansas to be that electric. I thought I knew they were going to win. I had a feeling they were going to win, but I thought at least Texas State would break double digits. And for this game, you know, I expected it to be a little closer, but I'm not surprised at all. Texas, when they play well, they're very, very hard to beat. They've got an incredibly high-powered offense. They've got a stout defense. They've got a deep bench. So, I mean, it absolutely checks out.
Yeah, I think it's like you said, when they get hot, they're hot. And it's hard for them to come down off that because they have so many great shooters.
They sure do.
And not only just the shooters, the defense, like I said, has played so well today. Their ability to send early doubles, to suffocate the offensive players from far out. I mean, they're pressing out super far, making it hard for them to even spin the ball.
Speaking of pressing out, look at Beasley with an unbelievable takeaway. Ends up in the stick of Monty Hashemi. But yeah, I expected this to be closer, but I'm not surprised at all. Texas is, in my opinion, the best team in this conference.
Well, and with the way how the game started, right? Baylor came out really strong, 2 goals out of the chute, and then kind of just fell off after that. And you know, those goals, too, at the beginning were very, very great offensive possessions, spinning the ball, moving it fast, and then all of a sudden it just kind of fell off a little bit for them offensively. It could be the sense of urgency they're trying to play with. Who knows? But it looks like this Texas defense really has their number.
They sure do. And an update on Field 1, which is just across the way. It's like SMU is beating TCU 13-7 right now in the 4th quarter. So if it goes the way it looks like it's going to be Texas-SMU rematch in the LSA Division I Conference Championship.
Yeah, and you were on that game earlier this year. What did you see out of those two teams when they first matched up?
I mean, it was sloppy all the way around, but SMU has a lot of ballers. SMU can hang with this Texas team. It ended up going to overtime. Texas was down 15-11 and put together a beautiful comeback on the back of Maury Stein and Hank Chapin that resulted in a Luke Skanga overtime game winner. So it was as close as it could have possibly gotten. And I know those SMU boys are excited for their rematch. So
yeah, it's always tough losing in overtime, right? Because in regulation, you're even. So you guys were evenly matched, and then it's tough. Someone's got to win. In overtime is always tough. It's whoever comes down to possession first, typically. You can just pray for a great defensive stop in overtime.
Yeah, so I expect a great rematch.
Another turnover by Baylor. It's just connecting in transition, you know, slowing the game down in your head. Sometimes it feels so fast and you're trying to figure out where's the ball supposed to go next, but slowing it down and being like, okay, we got it over, relax, spin it. It just seems like they're playing a little bit too fast right now, and it's costing them with these turnovers, especially in transition. Already down to around 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Whoever wins will go on to the championship game tomorrow. Looking like we're leaning towards Texas, but hey, there's still 5 minutes left to go.
If they score 5 goals every minute for the rest of the game, they will win.
Can be done.
It's a beautiful check by Ethan Treem.
And we can't forget Baylor's challenged Texas defensively. There's been a lot of turnovers by Texas offensively, so we have to note that too. Yes, has there been a lot of goals, but Baylor has done their job consistently, I think, for a lot of plays in a row. It's just the failed clearing. You can only save so many shots in a row before one goes in.
You know? I don't think it's a coaching issue. I don't think it's necessarily a skill issue. I will say Texas is probably deeper and has more talent at the top, but it really comes down to just stuff like that. It's capitalizing. It's making the right play. It's picking up the ground ball. Baylor's a tough team. They just haven't played their best lacrosse today. They were great at the start and have not been able to capitalize on their opportunities ever since. Check out our sponsor, 33.9 Shoes. I'm Rhett Cannon.
And I'm Morgan Alexander.
Here on Game On Sports Network. Quick timeout.
All right, and we're back to end. We're going to finish off the fourth quarter. 4.5 minutes left. Baylor on offense. Let's see if they can get the ball moving here and get a couple goals here late in the fourth.
Nathan Blue, the short stick defensive midi. Nothing goes easy on him. Great pass. Nice shot. Giuseppe Randazzo, his second of the day, the senior captain, ending his career on a high note.
And that's just a beautiful play, and that's what we talked about, is how we've seen these spurts of just great offensive possessions, great ball movement, comes hard off that, sees the middle, great cut, and even with a defender on him, gets a stick free, pins it low. That's great ball movement and a good offensive possession for Baylor.
Mitchell to Giuseppe, a beautiful pass, a great finish. The seniors sending it off. They've poured their hearts into this Baylor lacrosse program as they've grown over the years. The team will miss them for sure. As a new goalie has stepped into the cage for the Baylor Bears. Let me take a second to get his number.
And watch this Texas defense absolutely swarms the ball. The double team, almost at midfield, they start to double team because they know if we can trap him up here, there's no outlet pass. And they've got a lot of turnovers off of that, and they found a lot of success today, but Baylor gets the ball back here.
They sure have. And in cage for the Baylor Bears, closing out the season for them, is the senior, Jake Schmidt, getting the nod. Would love to see Schmidt get tried here in his last game of his career. Him and Ledeski, both seniors. Oh, kick save. Monty Hashemi almost scored. Monty Hashemi, the junior. I'm mistaken. I thought he was a senior. He's a junior. We'll see Monty next season.
Yeah, it's always tough when you get to postseason play. You're so excited to be, playing for a chance to win a championship. But then it's also, when you're done as a senior, it's your last game. And you never know when that's going to be. It's survive and advance. Yeah,
and I just want to take a quick second here to shout out all these Baylor seniors as they close out their season in a tough battle in the semifinals versus Texas. We've got the goalie, number 44, Jake Schmidt. We've got Nick Ledeski, number 25, the starter between the pipes. Amazing season right here. Ethan Treem, number 19, as he's working on Rollins right now. Amazing career out of Treem. Congratulations. Noah Snell, number 14. Noah Snell has battled a lot of ACL injuries, but continues to play every up. Shout out to him. Congratulations on a great career. And Schmidt makes an awesome save, the senior, number 44. His number's been called, and he's helping him out.
Yeah, we got about 2 minutes left to play in the fourth. Baylor's going to be on offense here.
Another senior, number 10, Daniel Lemus, taking a lot of face-offs for this team. Great player, great guy. Number 6, Mark Brugner, the senior midfielder. Loves the spin move, loves the roll dodge, great player. Number 4, Mitchell Connard, who was on that last assist. And then Hayes Mushaney, he had a goal today. Nate Duncan tries to get his. He's a junior, he'll be back. Shout out to the Baylor seniors on an awesome career. Beautiful shot. Coy Hancock putting it low.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see from Baylor late here. Under about a minute and a half left to go. Just says, you know what, I got to take it myself. Hard face dodge from behind the net. Goes full speed to cage. Burns his defender. And honestly, he barely had any free room to shoot this ball. The defender's right there, sneaks it low. Great shot, 5-hole. Exactly what Baylor needed here to end this game.
It's a nice take from the junior. Two-way midi, number 26, Coy Hancock, checking in. Great goal. Russell Okupski with the first-time GB. He's a junior. Nice take, nice save, another great save.
2 great saves back-to-back, and that's what Texas does a great job of, right? Even when they do get beat, they got a solid goalie in net for them to keep them sound defensively.
That's the second-string keep, Jackson Price, playing really well. Here comes Treem. Hard check. Texas bench is fired up for this one. That's Jared Schmeiser. Monty Hashemi picking it up. 54 seconds left. Baylor wants to tack on one more. Noah Snell in the game.
Another
Close.
great save. 3 in a row, and they've been back-to-back saves. For a second-string keeper, it just really tells you everybody on this Texas team can hang, and they're all super talented across the board. Lots of depth, as we talked about before this game.
Absolutely. What a game by Texas. Congratulations to the University of Texas Longhorns as they advance to the LSA championship game.
You know, there's a lot of ups and downs here today. It started off a little slow for Texas, but when they got hot, they really showed how explosive this offense really can be and how do they utilize multiple different players.
And that'll do it. A tough way to end the season for the Bears. But Texas doing exactly what they set out to do at the beginning of the season, and that was to repeat the LSA and make a run down in Round Rock. Great day for the Horns, a sad ending for the Bears as they send off a large group of seniors that have poured a lot of hard work and effort into this program, but they're leaving it better than they found it. Recently moved up to D1. The Bears look good. Shout out to their program down in Waco. Shout out to Coach Brad Dickerson. They're definitely building something as they're hugging each other. We will go to a quick break.
All right, and that's a wrap on the final game here today. Texas wins 15-5. What are your gut reactions after this?
I just thought Texas came out here and handled business. They were able to go deep into their bench and get a lot of guys some playing experience in an important game, which I love to see Coach Hartzell do as well as the rest of the staff. It's important to get those young guys into these moments so that they know what to expect later on. But, Jack Eigen just
So is that your player of the game? If you have a player of the game, who are you giving it to today?
I think I'm going with Eigen.
Yep.
I think I'm going with Eigen.
Yeah, his ability to feed, shoot with both hands, and just also play defense as well as he does. He's a true two-way midi, and he does it all for Texas.
Yeah, my gut reaction is, this is what I expected, but the job's not finished for these Horns. They have aspirations at a national championship. It's going to be tough, but they've got the bandwidth and the personnel to make a run in Round Rock, and it's just been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun calling these games. Salute to Baylor. Salute to their seniors. I'm Rhett Cannon here on Game On Sports Network.
And I'm Morgan Alexander. Thanks for having me.
Of course, it's been a pleasure. Game on, and God bless.